Howdy, it's Jim Arado, and this is early January 2021. We're in Slade, Kentucky, and we are going to the Gorge Underground boat tour. As you can see, it's been snowy. This was a day or two after we got that really big snow. Yeah, it's not. This isn't that far from my place though, so we didn't mind driving down there. There's inside their gift shop. They've got a couple of nice gift shops, by the way. They've got one on the main drag, not too far from Miguel's or Hemlock Lodge. Oh, and you can get some fish food there too for your boat ride. But yeah, this is interesting, and it's a unique experience. I'm actually not going to talk too long on this. I'm going to let our wonderful guides coming up who just built a snowman. I'm going to let them do the talking. They do a great boat tour. I wanted to mention a couple of things really quick though. It's snowy, and I'm going to show you an icicle right above. You're going into an underground mine, and it's a flooded mine, which is a pretty cool experience. They've got this little room building there that you kind of go in instead of actually going underneath the mine area. Yeah, look at that icicle. There's that big icicle up there. I took note of it. They mentioned that they had a big icicle fall earlier in the day. So yeah, there it is. Take note of that, because it's going to fall here in a second. There's a piece of the icicle that fell earlier. It's huge. Well, anyway, I turned my camera off for just a moment. That icicle falls. It explodes. It scared the stuff out of all of us. And, ice cubes went everywhere. Nobody was hurt, but it was very exciting. And, yeah, okay, this is after it. One of our guides got some ice down his shirt. Yeah, that icicle is gone. It was a scary few seconds. Very exciting, though. But, yeah, so I'm glad they've got this little kind of aluminum or tin tunnel there to protect you. You go in, you put on a helmet, a life jacket. They give you kind of a seat cushion for the cold boat, which was appreciated. And this is pretty cool. It's about an hour. It's about $50 a person to do it for adults. And that's on the pricey side, I'll admit. There are other places where you can have an underground cave boat tour in southern Indiana. I know there's one in Bowling Green. There's a cave down, I want to say down in Alabama that we've done before that does it. But this is a flooded mine, so it's different. Yeah, it's pricey, but it was worth it for sure. I liked it a lot. They also do kayak tours. On this day, though, we opted for the boat. I think there's a separate company that actually does the kayak tours, and we would kind of see them and hear them from a distance on our boat tour. But yeah, this was a lot of fun, and I'm pretty much gonna turn this over to our guides, just so you can listen to them. I might throw in a couple comments here and there, but they do a great job of narrating. This is an underground boat tour, so let me apologize in advance. My camera does lose focus a few times. Audio might not be perfect, but I'm going to leave it the way it was and kind of give you the wild experience we had.
This is our old boat. It's lame. This is our new boat.
Oh, watch your step.
Yeah, watch out. There's a cord right there.
Whenever you got them steps on there, just try to make sure we have like right around the same amount of people on each side. The way in case there's a community we need, that we're not going to.
So, go. Should we go ahead and get on?
Yeah, just watch your step and let us.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you. You okay? Hey Aslan, why don't you come over here with us? I think that's probably the best. Well, yeah. No, I was calling your dad fat. Actually, I was saying me and your dad kind of balance things out.
So between me and Daddy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
As long as you and I are.
Just going to sit on this side, and you are going to be between me and Daddy. We can actually see down.
Glass bottom.
Look,
I
you
know
can
it's the
see
glass bottom
thing.
boat.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Brings back college memories. I mean,
I don't get it.
I'm glad you don't.
Glass bottom
I don't get
boats.
it either.
You make the rock and roll go round.
Hey, good job.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Man,
Glad that
a little traumatic. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, it's perfect.
I'm like,
All right. Guys, officially welcome to the Gorge Underground here. Like you said earlier, that's Daniel. My name's Justin.
I didn't say that earlier.
So like I'm telling you right now, his name's Daniel. My name's Justin. Daniel's going to be driving the boat for us. Hopefully he doesn't have too much whiplash.
I have a mild concussion. But it's okay.
Mild concussion
I don't
should
really.
be all right. He's done it with a full concussion before. But I'm going to be talking to you guys throughout the tour, answering any questions you guys might have or anything like that. But if you guys have a question at any point in time, just either ask Daniel or myself. You don't have to raise your hand, just blurt it out, okay? But first things first, what you guys are going to be going through, this place is an abandoned limestone mine. Now guys, this mine was actually in operation from the early 1920s all the way until 1986. Now the reason why the miners had to leave this place is because in 1981 they tapped into a water table in the ceiling. So they found a water table in the ceiling and they poked some holes into it by accident, and they created some springs. So whenever those springs started flowing, they had to start a 5-year evacuation plan, and they ended up leaving the mine in 1986. Yeah, we forgot the fish food, didn't we?
we got
some.
Oh, there you go. If you need it, if you have some, now's the time to toss it in.
Go ahead and toss it on in. Now these fish, guys, in the water, these are just our rainbow trout.
Oh my gosh, they're so big.
They are very big. The current Kentucky state record for rainbow trout is actually 14.6 pounds. We have some in here that are just a touch over 15, so we can easily beat that record. It's just we can't really claim it where it is an artificial environment for them. Yeah, we stock them in here ourselves. We have to feed them every day with that fish food as well. There's no nutrients in the water for them, so we feed them those fish pellets there. We feed them primarily on the K boat here. We used to feed them on the kayaks, but a couple of them started getting brave and started jumping up in our laps.
Nice.
We don't do that anymore.
If you have more food, we got other lots if you want to feed them by those too.
Okay.
No, there wasn't until they hit those springs. Now up ahead of us, you guys can hear that running water. Now, I'm sure everybody read their waivers, correct? Everybody always reads their waivers.
Huh? What?
So don't worry, that running water we're hearing up ahead, it's not a waterfall. It's actually the springs the miners tapped into back in 1981. They've been flowing ever since, and the water coming from the source, it's actually 99.9% pure. So legally speaking, we can bottle it up and we can sell it as natural spring water.
Is this like really bright? So it's like blinding or
No, it's perfect to me. Yeah.
I feel like it's a good addition.
But, so yeah, guys, also, if there's any Kentucky bourbon fans, like right there in the middle, I'm sure he loves Kentucky bourbon. Yeah, can't keep him out of that.
No.
But guys, limestone filtered water is a major ingredient inside of Kentucky bourbon, so theoretically we could have a pretty large distillery going on down here. The main reason why we don't distill and sell our own alcohol is because our bosses are really lame. So. But Daniel's going to be taking us through the springs today. He's going to keep us as dry as we possibly can. If you guys do happen to get wet though, don't worry because it was in your waivers. You need me to sit down so you can see you.
You're good, brother.
How about now? Just try to get me up.
Did you stand right in my face?
you get a natural spring and it feels okay.
Yeah, it took time though for it to all fill up. Somewhere between 81 and 2014, because it was like this whenever we purchased it.
I wonder if the guy got fired that did it.
I'd say.
Is that it over there?
That's one of them.
Oh.
We have some lights on the wall here. They're motion activated, so if you see me waving off into the distance, it's for the lights.
How deep is the water?
So the deepest point of water is 33 feet deep. The deepest we'll get over today is probably about 30. So 30 to 20 minutes.
So when they mined this, they had the whole, the 33 feet and all of this. They mined all of that out.
So yeah, like everything you see, all the hallways, that's what they took out of here. They had to have the columns in here just to support the weight, but from ceiling to floor is 35 feet. The reason why the water level varies is because they drilled it at a downward angle. That way they could create a natural airflow throughout here. If you guys came during like midsummer, it would feel like an air conditioner hitting you at the entrance. Everybody give Danny a round of applause for making it through without getting sweat. But guys, besides our fish, we do have another type of animal in here. And it's those bats I was telling you guys about. So we have the common Appalachian brown bat. We'll be able to show you guys some of them later on in the tour, but those bats, guys, are super friendly. They only grow to be about 2 to 3 inches tall as a fully grown adult. So they're very, very tiny. Also, the main reason why they come down here, guys, is because on days like today, it's a lot warmer inside of here than it is outside. So those bats will come down here and hang out with us. Also, the air quality in here is very nice for them. So they make sure that they don't get any diseases such as white nose syndrome. That's a pretty big disease that is very common and frequent.
The bats here don't have it?
Yeah, the bats don't have it.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Now up here's some more fish lights. If y'all got more fish food, feel free to throw it out once we get over top of them.
Would you got more food?
How do you put the lights in?
So it's basically, we have the lights fixture. We have, it has like a base on it, so we attach it to like a cinder block. That way it can go down. We have ropes attached to the cinder block. That way we can pull it up and change it out if we need to.
That ice chunk that fell.
Yeah, the ice chunk, that was pretty bad. The worst thing that could really happen is somebody falls in the water. Yeah. It doesn't really happen that often though. Like I've worked here for 2 years. I've taken over 1,000 tours now, and I've only ever had 2 people ever fall in the water. and it was all in the kayaks. There's only been one person to fall off the K boat, and it was actually our manager.
He deserved it.
So do these fish, do they lose their sight?
So that's the reason why we have these lights in the water, and that's why we feed them at the lights to try to train them to stay here. There are points in the mine where you can get no darkness, but they all just go too far. Even then, they'll fall and they go out.
Have you guys looked down through the glass bottom and see some fish kind of coming along? Maybe. They just all disappeared as soon as I put This is our last light, so if you got any more food, now's the time of year.
You guys ever seen the wires hanging down from the ceiling? That is actually a part of the old electrical system that the miners had. But whenever this place laid abandoned, those vandals came through here, and they would actually strip the copper out of these wires. So the whole entire mine is 7 acres big. 5 of the acres are flooded. We have 2 acres of dry land as well, and there's a fish. But we have 2 acres of dry land as well, guys, and those vandals came through and stripped out the copper of all those 7 acres, so I'm assuming they got a pretty big penny out of that. Excited about the bass.
He's like, he's all about the bass.
When do we see the giant snakes that come up and eat little boys? When do those?
Oh, those are coming up and you're here in about 2 minutes.
Good. Oh, awesome.
He's not scared.
No.
Coming up here is a really good portion. You guys can see some of our ancient hieroglyphics. Thousands of years old, right? They honor the ancient mining gods, Cheech and Chong. That's obviously some vandalism, guys. Whenever those vandals are running through here, they would also spray paint stuff on the walls. Some guy just thought it would be funny to spray paint these 2 figures right here. But we're not sure who painted it, but I'm sure whoever it was grew up to be a very great person. Contributes a lot to society.
I guess they had to come in here in boats, didn't they?
Yeah, they came in here on kayaks or john boats or pretty much anything that they can inflate and float on water. We actually have a pop to Walmart raft in the back of the mine. So
Really?
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty brave, though, to come in here.
It is.
Pitch black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy story, my uncle used to come in here and strip all these wires for the copper.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, he used to strip all the wire for the copper. So we both made money off this place. Always legal, but
Right?
yeah. He told me that like last year though. He's caught now.
Is he rolling?
No, I'm sure.
I wouldn't know.
So,
It's the boat's house.
is there any special occasions on tours or any birthdays?
2 birthdays, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This one and
Whose
that one.
birthdays?
Mine and his.
Kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome. Heck yeah.
And before we start discussing ages and that sort of thing, I thought I would just say a couple of things. This has been a great tour, and Justin's humor, I don't know if you're catching some of his subtle jokes, but man, is he on. He was actually pulling our leg about a couple of things there. But yeah, that's what a fun tour so far. And again, it's in an old, dark mine, so, you know, an underground mine tour is pretty rare.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear JJ. Happy birthday to us.
Yay, thank you.
Okay, little J, how old is little J?
Yeah, I wanted to leave that in there because I thought that was pretty funny and appreciated the happy birthday in a cave. How often do you get that? Or in an old mine. But yeah, this is a great tour. Really enjoying it. Interesting hearing about the vandals that came through here at different times. And, you know, to think that, you know, just in the mid-'80s is when this stopped ceasing to be a productive mine. Just some interesting history. He'll have some other great stories coming up here in just a moment about the mine.
20.
22. Yeah, I was thinking 22.
27.
27.
I'm 20.
Ah!
You got it.
How old do you guys think I am?
Here.
23.
I'll say 24.
20. You act like you're 40, you're 23.
Goodness. You're right, but I'm 20.
Oh,
Yeah, we're the same age.
children.
Where you
Little
go to
children.
Jackson?
No, I went to Powell County.
Yeah.
No.
Ew.
He graduated in 2020. I graduated in 2019. I was young for my
Yeah, I
class.
graduated in 2020. I got held back in kindergarten because I couldn't color between the lines.
I feel
I
you.
was 17 when I graduated, so
Was it really?
yeah.
You want to put your knees on
I wasn't even 18. I couldn't even buy cigarettes. Not that I want to, but I couldn't. And now I can. You gotta be 21.
Is that what it is for cigarettes?
Yeah.
To buy
Yeah.
anything.
Any tobacco products
Any
is
nicotine
21.
products.
How do you know about that, 16-year-old?
You act like I don't,
And I'm just
I don't
joking.
remember stuff.
Yeah. Part of my need for cigarettes. I get about every 6 months.
So funny. So funny.
Other than the vandalism, has anything else weird happened down here?
We lost Jim once. That was pretty. No, I'm just
What?
No, did you tell him about the deepest point?
Yeah. Oh no.
He did.
So at the deepest point of water, we had some scuba divers down there, and they actually found a sawed-off shotgun at the very bottom,
Ooh.
and it had the serial number scratched off of it.
Oh,
So yeah, we turned that into the Kentucky State Police. They didn't connect it to anything, so I'm not sure what it's from, but
It was from something for
Never
sure.
will.
So what
Anybody
year?
died?
What year did the mine open?
the early 1920s. We don't know the exact year, but we know that it was in the 20s. And there's
This
been
isn't
no
too bright,
recorded
is it?
deaths. No, you're fine.
Okay.
There's been no recorded deaths in this mine. Just because, like, it wasn't federally recognized as a mine until 1949, so that's whenever they finally started keeping records, but it had been in operation for a long time until then, so by then they already had their
In the
records.
beginning, they were just using sticks of dynamite and hand tools, so that's probably when.
There you go.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Bats.
Look at the bats. The lights are on the bats. See them?
Little bats.
Aww. Little bats.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that.
No.
Not really. Except for that one that went crazy and bit some of them.
Turned me into a redneck vampire.
So if you guys hear a banjo off in the faint distance.
That's a sci-fi movie waiting to happen.
There's a bunch.
Just on this wall right here has a bunch.
Which wall?
Yeah, that one.
You can count. Wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's one underneath those two. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Back this way, 17. Crazy.
I'm trying to look for something cool.
Look over here to the right.
What's in the right?
There's got to. I'm pretty sure there's the phone.
There's a natural light, man. Hey, right here, Daniel.
Oh yeah, I mean, my uncle, I guess.
So this hallway, this hallway right here, guys. This is what us tour guides call the wishing well, just because there is some stuff in the water here. We got cell phones in the water. We got flashlights, you name this down there. The water's a little bit murky from the rain that we had.
I think it's these.
Might be this. Yeah.
The covers.
Yeah. We need to clean them out.
This hallway also marks the first ever kayak flip we ever had. The first ever kayak flip was actually back in 2015, and it was a tandem, so it was a two-seater. And inside of that tandem that fateful day was actually a foreign man and his wife, and they didn't speak any English. So at the beginning of the tour, whenever we taught them how to paddle, they couldn't really understand us, so therefore they didn't know how to turn. But they were really good at going really, really fast. So they ended up hitting this wall over here to the left, going about Mach 10. And that's whenever they flipped inside of the water. But miraculously, whenever the man touched the water, he actually spoke out his first ever 4-letter English word.
I bet he did.
You still down there in the log?
Yeah, he's right there.
Like green boots.
You guys missed the dude in the water already. That was by Cheech and Chong.
These.
Yeah, you see them there.
There's a bunch of rock.
Oh,
What the
wow.
miners would refer to as a stockpile. Pretty much, prices of limestone fluctuated back in the day, and whenever the price of limestone went down, they would stockpile it up and wait for the prices to rise back up again. That way they could sell it in bulk and get more money. But so far, guys, everything around us has been limestone. This is all limestone, guys. We do have another type of rock, though, up here. You guys can see that darker colored gray rock in the wall. That's called, it's called shale. It's a cousin to slate rock. Pretty much, shale is known to be very sensitive and fragile. And whenever the miners would find shale rock in the ceiling above them, they would actually have to remove it, so they would blast it out or chip it away. But whenever they found shale rock in the walls, like it is here, they would just leave it there because it is surrounded by that structurally sound limestone, so it's not going to fall out or anything like that. Okay. Now all we do with this stuff now is we make shapes out of it. Like this one right here is obviously the shape of Daniel's love life. It's a huge L. Right there's another one. I like to think that one looks like a seal sitting on top of a rock.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe like a jet ski pointing towards the right.
I like the seal.
The nose of the boats are here. That's the windshield. With the stereo.
Is the deep part, when you get to the deep part that you pointed out, like you said the 33 feet?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's actually going to be up here. We won't really get to see it because it is behind like a cubby hole.
Oh, okay.
We don't really take people down there just because.
Yeah.
We used to take people closer like to the deep parts, but then they would start to like touch the ceiling, and we had people like flipping in and stuff.
Ah.
That was just in kayaks, and then this would start to scrape the top of the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
So if they ever find a drain plug, this could be a cave for active mine.
Yeah, well, we have technologies now to where we can really pump it out and save a lot of money. But back in the day, whenever it was happening, they didn't have all the the newer tech that we do. So it was just costing them a lot of money for them to pump it out. So they just decided to get it in place. Like Daniel said, the mining company that was selling the place, they were selling it as is. So the mine plus the land above us, all 7 acres. Our owner, he didn't want this mine. He just wanted the land above us. Originally, they were asking $100,000 for all 7 acres plus the mine, but he talked him down to I think it was 64 for it all. So, wow, yeah, he got a good deal. Now this room right here is a really cool room. It's called the Ripple Room. You guys can probably see on the ceiling here this ripple effect. And that is because pretty much the layer that was below this layer above us, it used to be a water table like the one that we saw earlier, but it's a lot smaller one, a very, very tiny one. But as the layers of limestone settled, that water beneath it gave it a ripple effect like it is here. Okay. You guys want to see how dark it gets down here?
Yeah.
Is everybody all right with that?
Yeah.
I'll show you guys real quick, okay?
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Pretty dark. So,
Oh, yeah, let's start dark.
yeah, now's a good time to reach up and pick your nose or.
Already there.
Feeling.
But if we sat in this for too long, we would actually go through optical atrophy.
We're getting close to
Are
this
you
route
okay,
wall, I
baby?
can tell.
I need to want to eat it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
We'll turn it back on. But yeah, if you sat in the dark for too long like that, you'd actually experience optical atrophy. That's where you go blind in the dark, just for lack of usage with your eyes. Like I said earlier, that's the reason why we have those lights in the water for the fish. Blind fish is really bad for business.
Yeah, you know how it is.
You know how it is.
I know a rock band called Blind Fish.
Really?
Can you permanently go blind? Is that what you asked? Yeah.
How
Takes
long
like
does
a
it
year.
take?
About 9 to 12 months for us. For the fish, around 6 weeks though. So.
Oh, wow. You said you were pointing out.
I can try and take you back. The water's kind of low, so I'll try and take you back to the deep part.
Oh, nice. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
We're gonna treat
Where
today,
no
huh?
one goes ever.
We don't usually take you.
Give it a shot.
Because it's your birthday, James.
Oh, yeah.
How good are you at swimming, James?
Yeah.
It's not. Okay, never mind. I know where it's at.
Yeah, it's the next one over.
For some reason, I thought it was right here.
I would be so disoriented if I were you guys. I
Oh,
was,
yeah.
Like, not even.
Oh, I'm very, especially that ice that hit me in the head. That was pretty crazy.
Daniel's just back there like, this is mine.
I'm like, wait, what am I doing out here right now? What's my name?
We turn right here? Left, right?
Yes. I don't know if he told you this already, but it's 7 acres in total. So you can get lost pretty easy if you wanted to.
Yeah.
There's some ghosts down there. You can see them.
Yeah, look at that. Oh,
Kayaker ghosts.
Lost souls of the mountain.
that's pretty cool.
No, it's just another tour coming through here. That's Slade Kentucky. They do our deluxe tours. They have crystal bottom kayaks and stuff.
Ooh.
Crystal bottom kayaks.
Yeah. Completely clear. They're not like actually crystal. They're just clear.
Right.
They were super expensive.
It'd be crazy if they were crystal, wouldn't it?
Your head's getting so close.
Yeah, it's probably going to continue to get closer and closer.
You never hit your head.
Yeah. There's a wire in like one of the last hallways that hangs down from those vandals, and whenever somebody's standing at the front, whenever the water's really up, like if you, there's like a little game that we play while we're driving the boat to try to see if we can get them to hit their head on it.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Pretty clear.
I think it's just the reflection of the rocks on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel, my feet are freezing right now.
I'm freezing.
Boots in the wintertime is not a good move.
I mean, unless they're like water boots, winter boots, but cowboy boots.
Alright, so yeah, back here is where it gets the deepest.
The water's kind of low. We're just now getting into winter time, like where the water starts to raise again.
We've had a pretty warm winter. Where you guys are from around here, ain't you?
Lexington.
Yeah. You might want to get low, Justin.
Get low.
You're gonna hit your head if you lean up.
What we're seeing though, that's reflection, right? That's not.
Yeah, that's just reflection.
Right here. There is a stockpile back here, but you know, if we took all that away, like even here, it's the pile. We took all of it away, we're 33 feet deep of water. But yeah, we get real close here. You have one, two, you're allowed to touch the ceiling.
Show this side, the bottom. Kind of nasty and muddy.
Yeah, just be gentle. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow.
The
Okay.
acoustics back in places like these are a lot.
My number ones
I should brought my cello.
Cello? Play cello?
Yeah.
I played trombone in high
No,
school.
it's not him.
Oh, so you're a band kid?
Huh?
You're a band kid?
I enjoy music a lot.
He wasn't a band kid at all. He hung out with the band kids.
But
He was the weirdo. No, I'm just joking.
Band's cool.
He was, Justin played baseball.
Daniel did too.
Yeah.
She plays softball.
Dude, what position you play?
Pitcher and outfield.
Word.
We were both pitchers.
Yeah. Me and Daniel both struck out a D1 baseball player that went
Yeah,
to
no big
play for
deal.
UK.
My senior year, I was hitter that like I just hit because that's all I was good at.
That was a PO.
What is Powell County? Pirates?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kayak Tours Pirates, baby.
Kind of soon, why?
The team that gets ranked highest and ends up lowest.
Who, Powell County?
Yeah. I'm just joking. That's not really what happens, but most of the time we get ranked pretty high and then we finish the season at like 20.
Our baseball team, like, whenever me and Daniel left, it started going really downhill. Like, we used to be really, really good, but now it's just not.
Well, this year will be pretty good. I was just like our class, the class below us, the two classes below us, they didn't have anybody that like played a lot, so they were having to play like 8th and 7th graders as a varsity team. So it was just
Just
rough.
to get them.
But this year they'll be pretty good because they're like juniors and seniors now. So they should be good, hopefully.
I won a state championship playing football in Clark County
Did you?
back in '91. We finished 14th in the nation, USA Today. We Louisville, Trinity, Louisville, St. Agnes, There's a kid by the name of Sean Alexander, played for Boone County.
Yeah.
Went on to play for Alabama, and he was the NFL MVP at the Seahawks.
Part of it.
It's a long time ago.
So that
I was a cheerleader at EKU.
You were?
I got a scholarship.
Actually,
Yes, sir.
that's pretty cool.
Never done it before, and then senior
Man,
year.
I told
Senior year, I did it as a joke at a basketball game, and then coach asked me to come to practice. So I was like, haha, let's see how far I can take this joke. And I took it all the way to the scholarship.
I told see, I have 2 jobs. I work here and I also work at Papa John's in Stanton, just because we slow down during the winter, so I was just getting some extra money. I told Daniel, we have like a couple of high schoolers that work there too. I told them, I was like, if you want a scholarship, play golf or cheerlead.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the easiest scholarship ever.
Golf for girls, especially because there's so many scholarships that go unfilled
Yeah.
because no girls play.
Yeah. Cheerleading, it blew my mind because like I had never done it before, and like when like all I did was toss a girl up to here, starting out like just here, and caught her like this at her feet. And it was just like basically she was standing on my shoulders pretty much, and they gave me a scholarship. Now I got better, obviously, but
Coming up here, get back to the tour real quick. You guys look at this indentation in the ceiling. It's actually a fossil. It's a fossilized tree root. It starts right here and actually works its way around the ceiling through here. And this is what the miners would refer to as a kettle bottom or a kettle chute. And they're more common inside of coal mines than they are limestone mines. And whenever they're found, guys, they're noted as big, around 15 to 20 feet long. But this one's around 80 feet long, so it is one of the biggest ones in Kentucky. And in most parts of it, like where Nala is right here, you guys can still see the root. That's petrified wood right there. But it goes all the way down to the very end here. I'm going to stand up and see if I can spot out something cool for you guys. Very good.
Yo. Wow.
Little tiny stalactite.
is that an icicle that's gonna fall on me again?
So right here, you guys might be able to see it. It looks like a face looking down into the water.
Yeah.
That's the very end of that kettle bottom there. Works its way around to there.
That's cool.
That is pretty wild. But once you get past it, it doesn't look like a face anymore.
They think how old that is, or they kind of get.
We really don't know. They sent off a piece of the petrified wood to like get it tested, and they never came back with anything. It's a nice place to take a nap for sure.
Yeah, he's like
You laying down, he's sleeping.
almost.
Dozing off.
He's in his trance-like stare.
Gonna miss the pterodactyl.
Uh-oh.
He woke right up.
He said, "Where's the pterodactyl?"
So up here, you guys are gonna see a pterodactyl. You can see this pile of shell here. Now mine is actually removed from the ceiling there. That hole right there goes into the ceiling about 25 feet, but it does not touch the surface. So, if that doesn't touch the surface, how far underground you guys think you currently are? 60?
Yeah, that's 6 inch.
We're 260 feet.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we're underneath a mountainside, so it goes up quite a bit. But us being so shallow into the earth, it actually made it to where the miners didn't have to make any man-made support systems for the columns here. The columns are holding up all the walls by themselves. In total, there's 87 of these columns throughout the mine. We labeled them all with a letter number combination. I don't know if there's but you guys can see all those columns down there, down this hall. So they're doing real fine. They're holding up the wall really, really well.
I've never had to pee so bad in my life. Yeah.
Hey man, we're in water. Hop on in. Yeah, we all had to get rescue trained in this water, so we had to get in it. It's not
This
fun.
weather?
Huh?
This cold weather?
It stays the same temperature down here all year long. So it doesn't matter if it's 90 degrees or
It was during the
27.
summer, so luckily we were able to go outside and get warm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, it stays pretty much the same thing.
Not fun. Coming up here though, you guys can see this hole. This is actually the bottom side of a sinkhole. It's a pretty tiny one compared to others that have been found in Kentucky. You guys may or may not have heard about the Kentucky Corvette Museum.
Oh, yeah.
They had a sinkhole that swallowed up about 6 of their Corvettes. So this one right here is tiny.
There was a parkway there was a sinkhole on Mountain Parkway.
But that one right there, guys, it was here whenever we purchased the mine. So we did have our mine inspector come down and look at it. He told us what it was. And he told us that it's very, very secure. We have a bunch of things checked annually throughout the mine. That's one of them, just to make sure everything's safe for you guys going underneath it. But no, Danny, I told those kids at Papa John's, I was like, literally, if you know how to hit a golf ball, you get a scholarship. I wish I'd have played with golf.
Jada Crow, she played golf like her whole life pretty much, and when I started playing golf for our high school, me and her were about like on the same level, and she got a full ride to Pikeville. She didn't take it, but she got a full ride to Pikeville.
Yeah. Coming up here is some of our stalactites. I'm sure you guys know what stalactites are. Right there they are. They're super duper tiny compared to like Mammoth Cave, if you guys have ever been there. They have some of the world's longest. We just have the world's cutest. These have been growing ever since the 50s. That's whenever this portion of the mine was opened up. And they are growing pretty quick compared to other stalactites like Mammoth Caves. Just because we do have a lot of condensation in here, especially during the wintertime. So that's what makes ours grow a little bit quicker.
It definitely starts getting cold. We're getting pretty close to the end, so we're starting to feel a breeze a little bit, so it gets a little colder. Did you guys try Miguel's pizza?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Did y'all like it?
Yeah, we like it.
Good.
Do you guys get pizza?
Yes.
Okay.
You got a sandwich, right?
She got a sandwich.
What'd you get on your pizza?
We got that
We got
herb
several
thing.
different ones.
The
Yeah.
herb dressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The oil herb.
Yeah.
It was good.
Somebody I know had that and they liked it a lot, but I'm not a big guy.
I like the marinara.
The what?
Barbecue sauce. They had a pesto one too. Have you
Yeah,
guys
the
tried
pesto
that?
one.
Is it
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, I like it.
They have a lot
don't
of
want it?
different.
Okay.
I think they
You
have.
can put like sweet potatoes and stuff. They have like 40 different toppings. You can put on your pizza. Pretty crazy. I don't know why you put 40 toppings on your pizza. But
Hey,
Did you get them all?
you get them all. It'd be like
oh, it needs so much.
a $50 pizza because it's like $1 a topping after so many.
40-pound pizza.
They have this thing called the chef special, and it's like 3 toppings, and whoever's making the pizza that day will like put any toppings they want on it.
So it could be either really, really good or really, really bad.
Sometimes they get crazy with it just to see if it works, and like they'll see who the person is and ask them if they like it and stuff to see if it tastes good. And then sometimes they'll just get crazy and put like tuna and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a girl we work with. She gets pineapple and corn.
She's weird.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Lexi.
Oh yeah.
I'm a pepperoni guy.
Yeah.
I'm a pepperoni and either jalapenos or banana peppers. Depends on how I'm feeling that day. I'll throw some bacon on there every now and then. Do you guys dip your pizza in ranch or is that just...
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
There we go. Make sure.
What's your favorite thing now?
I can make a bean Papa John's pizza.
Favorite things that you eat on it?
All right. So coming up here, something really cool. This might be a weird question, but do you guys believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
Yes.
We have our very own.
What's her name again?
So we don't have Nessie herself, but we do have her Eastern Kentucky cousin. Her name is Bessie. She should be. There she is. You guys can ever see her here. Oh yeah.
Oh.
We have to keep a big eye on her. She's a little bit rowdy. Yep, the world's largest actually. That's $4.99 we've ever spent as a company.
I actually had to buy it. You're right, I did.
It's actually a part of the old drainage system that they had while they're starting that 5-year evacuation plan. And up ahead of us, guys, that is actually a diesel generator up there. And that one and 2 others would actually power electricity, all these wires you guys will see hanging down. That way the miners weren't handling, their dynamite and
Shine the light on the clear bottom. You can see the bottom pretty good.
It's underneath us, James.
Oh.
I guess I was a lot closer over there than I thought it was. This is way better at coming through here than the other boat is.
Yeah.
It never drags. The other one did.
The other one hung down a lot lower.
Yeah. This one I think we could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Try. No, I'm just joking. Get stuck in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. Well, Daniel, the party animal. Up ahead of us, Danny, I don't.
Me?
Yeah, it's just a show. You got some natural light up ahead. Makes for a cool photo if you guys wanted to. Good photo opportunity.
Here we go.
Once you get up here, you'll be able to see a little better. You can see like the entrance and.
So this would usually be the last hallway for. This is the last hallway for the kayaks. We have one or two more to go through. So. Did y'all know that our building was made out of shipping containers?
Yes.
Let's see that.
Yeah, that bottom one there that's painted, that was the original one. And we just got that one on top and built the deck and stuff, the whole entire merchandise area as well around it just this last year, or this time last year. So.
Rocks.
Almost out.
That's where somebody, the other people get out. You gotta go on up.
There's another boat up on walls, too.
Yeah, they do like lit up kayak. So their company and our company are sort of merging together, and we're gonna start doing crystal clear kayaks as well, light up boat tours.
Used to it was a big competition, so now it's just going to be one big happy family.
Yeah.
Your guy buying them or their guy buying you?
Our guy owns all this, and they lease out part of it. And then, sadly, our manager, he just passed away this past year. And so the new manager is the person that owns that, and she's basically going to merge it all together. Like the people that work there and work here. Hey guys!
Man, the echo's crazy.
Yeah, me. No, but the manager over there is basically going to start managing us and kind of be the general manager for all of it.
Is that natural light or is
Ray Robin! They never do it for me.
They never do it.
Every time they say Red Robin, I yell Young back. But every time I yell Red Robin, there it was. They did that.
They said they yelled Marco. Y'all want to yell Polo
They
back?
yelled Young.
Did they?
Yeah.
No, they yelled Marco. I know they did. Y'all want to yell Polo back?
Sure.
Okay, on the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Polo!
What? What'd you just call me? Yeah, it is hard to. Alright, so coming down this hall, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the ending stuff right fast. But first things first, everybody enjoyed their time here today?
Yeah.
Good time? Good. Only had one nap on tour, that's always a good thing. Now guys, pretty much whenever we get up to the dock, let me step off first. I'm going to tie the boat off. And then your seating pads, those can go back onto the rack where you first got them, as well as your helmets, those can go back onto the rack. Just give us your PFDs. There's going to be a black container, and that container is actually underneath of the helmet rack where you grab your helmets, okay? So just throw your PFDs in there, but helmets back on the rack, seating pads on the rack. But guys, other than that though, if you guys want to leave us a good review on Facebook, head over to our Facebook page. It's called the Gorge Underground on there. Leave us a good review. Mention your 4 guys in it as well. You guys have Daniel and Justin. So those big bees always help us out with some brownie points with the managers. Other than that, though, guys, us four guys here, Daniel and myself, we're sort of like Raiders and Regencies. We do work for kids. Daniel has some hospital bills after that. I said, thank you guys again.
Sure.
Hope you guys had a good time. Enjoy you guys just staying here at the Gorge Underground. I would say go hiking, but it is really cold outside.
You can still hike though.
You can still hike.
You can get all the way to Natural Bridge. I don't know if I will. It's not be slippery, but
If y'all come down here in the summer, definitely check out Natural Bridge if you haven't before.
there's a bunch of hiking trails, stuff like that.
We're at. We're asking my wife to marry me.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. You didn't know that?
What is it?
Yeah, he got me proposed.
I asked my wife to marry me there, and
Yeah.
Really?
yes.
We went up on the
My brother took engagement photos with his wife up there.
Oh.
Really?
They're divorced now. But
No. Well, hopefully that's yeah.
Red Shirt proposed a half moon, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
If I was proposing on a hiking trail, it'd be cloud splitter.
Has someone proposed on the boat trip?
On the boat?
Oh.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta have one of those
on the kayaks
eventually.
before.
It was very awkward.
Oh.
Because she was sitting in front of him and he was sitting in the back, so she couldn't even like see it.
Oh.
But he was just like, "Hey, you marry me?"
What if he's like, whoa, the ring fell?
I was like, "Oh, that's cute." He got up and tried to get on a knee, and they both fell in.
You know how I thought about it? Because I told you.
Did they lose the ring?
I've thought about it.
Watch your fingers. You might hit that boat.
I thought about it though, Dan. Like, I told you that I was gonna. He's not down here. I told you I was gonna propose to Maddie at that concert or whatever.
We made it.
But I don't know. It's gonna be so loud. I don't know if I want to do that.
There's gonna be a lot of people. By the way, Maddie's his girlfriend. She works up there. So
Aw.
don't say anything.
Oh, I'm so gonna tell her. It's
My cousin, I just got back from Hawaii not too long ago. I went with my cousin, and he proposed to his girlfriend there.
oh, that's
That's nice.
But the craziest thing is she was mad because he was waiting till the last night, and she was mad he hadn't done it yet. And so she got so mad that she was like, or he was like, "Okay, fine, here," and he just did it in the hotel room.
Oh.
Pretty funny. It's a funny story for when they get older. But you guys are all good. You can go ahead and hop up there. Don't forget your seat pad.
Yeah, and there's the snowman again. We're finishing up our boat tour. That was a lot of fun. And like I said, yeah, it's a tad pricey, but it is pretty darn cool. And they're pretty informal. They kind of took us off the beaten path a little bit. They were fun guys to hang out with. We had a great time. And as I go back and watch this, I realize, the video doesn't do it justice. You got to go check this out yourself. But that's the Gorge Underground.